Hi there, welcome to the Response Profiler training course. Today we're going to go through some of the worked examples, and today in this presentation or video we've got exercise 1. So the first thing to think about when we're looking at the Response Profiler is opening up the training base file. So it should look like this, and you're looking for the file that's called training base. The first exercise asks us to increase the volume and seasonality. Part A. Increase the annual volumes of emergency incidents to 50,000 and priority incidents to 40,000. Run the model and assess what has happened. Okay, so we'll open up the Response Profiler model. Because we're talking about the volumes, we're going to go to Demand and Weekly Profile. Here we have the emergency incidents and the priority incidents. We want the overall volumes to increase. So from emergencies, they were at 40,000, we've been asked to put them to 50,000. And similarly for priority, they were at 30,000, we've been asked to put them up to 40,000. That should be us, that's the only changes we've been asked to make. So if we go to simulation and then run, are you sure you want to run the simulation? Yes. So while that's running, it'll take a few minutes to read in and run the simulation. We'll jump back to our presentation. So when we looked at the baseline service level, so this can be found in the reports targets section of the baseline model, we saw that the baseline had a emergency performance for first response against target of 84.4, while the priority score was at 92.9. So what we're going to do is we're going to run, we've started to run the model for exercise 1A, and then we want to compare the performance to understand what has actually happened. So I'll jump back to the model just a second so we can see what's happening there. Model's loading up and reading in from Excel. So in the bottom left hand corner you may be able to see the getting data from Excel down here. What that is doing is just it's starting to read in the key inputs from the Excel interface, read them into the Simulate software. So once again, we're looking for 84.4 and 92.9 as the baseline results. Once we get the simulation through, we'll see what the scores and the response targets were there. So just a couple of minutes to read in the Excel and then the processing within Simulate, so doing the simulation runs. At this point the simulation trial has started. It's taken a couple of minutes there to do that. We may have cut this out of the video to try and keep it nice and exciting, but as you see 20% of the conducting trial has gone through, and we just watch for that to finish. Simulate runs are now complete. Reading back into the base file there. If we go to the report section, under tasks, you can see the tasks that have been undertaken, but the ones we're really keen to see here is the targets, 73.9 and 79.5. So what I'd look to do is to copy those values and then do that comparison against the baseline. I'd also file save as training base 1A. Now, once I've saved that, I'm going to jump back into my PowerPoint presentation, because what we've got here is we've got the answers that came through. So 73.9 for emergencies and 79.5 for priority incidents. So what we've seen here is that when you've added workload, i.e. additional incidents for emergencies and priorities, so 10,000 additional emergency incidents and 10,000 additional priority incidents, we've seen our overall performance drop by 10 points for emergencies and slightly more for priorities. So one of the questions we might have had is, why is priority being affected more? They've both gone up by the same volume. Actually, the prioritization within the model, we have a much higher priority score. Work streams. We have a higher priority score for the emergency at 80 versus the priority at 70. Therefore, the model will always look to do, when given a choice, it will look to do emergencies over priorities. Hope that's been helpful in terms of walking you through scenario 1A. Look forward to it taking you through the rest of our exercises. Thank you.